living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Put in your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm alone in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. While you chase the crooks and I take the lead. Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm owning your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right, spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Yeah, keep it up, keep trying, but you'll be stuck with Daddy for life. I'm Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Night. Good to see everyone, man. Oh man, good to see you, Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, Tammy Bugard, Darren Mesh. Hello, good to see you, Heather May, Just Dawn. Happy Monday, always a happy Monday. Oh man, is it a crazy one again? We're going to go over some more of the Laura Owens documents, and you know, it's really interesting. You know, as I sit here, I was having an intimate conversation with Venom, and you know, I was just sitting there thinking, you know, you should do some more dancing. You know, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Show that sexy body. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. Yes, we are here again. It is Monday. Believe it or not, we made it through the weekend, and good things are afoot. Good things are afoot. You know, I've heard some rumblings that, you know, these idiots are out here wanting to stir up more shit, getting themselves into all kinds of trouble. Well, you know, if you want to see, now you're scared, never be scared. If you want to know what's really funny, you know, is how much they like to talk about how great and wonderful it is that they do stuff. But, you know, look, here's the latest, you know, that came out right here with what was it, Lips and her individually and handling a minor against ABC. Guess what? There was an order dismissing the plaintiff, which would be Lips. This court ordered the parties to appear on January 27th. And you know what? They said, fuck that. We're not going to show up. For a case management conference order, the case management conference was set to address the scheduling of defendant ABC Legal Services, the defendant, motion to dismiss and the plaintiff's failure to appear at a December 11th, 2025 hearing. You know, the one that they were too lazy to show their happy asses up to. Well, in its order, well, that court advised that the plaintiff's failure to appear at the case management conference would result in dismissal of their action. and the case management conference was duly held on January 27th via Zoom. Notwithstanding the court's order and the notice of hearing filed by the defendant, the plaintiffs again did not appear. In view of the foregoing, this court, having reviewed the file and being otherwise fully advised in the premises, hereby ordered and adjudged that the plaintiff's action is dismissed without prejudice for failure to appear at the case management conference held on January 27th, 2026. Why? Because they were too busy, I don't know, taping their face up like some psycho bitch. I don't know. Could have been anything. The court further finds dismissal appropriate in view of plaintiff's lack of prosecution. The record reflects continuous attempts by defendant to communicate with plaintiffs on issues necessary to the administration of this action, and the plaintiffs have been non-responsive in these attempts. The clerk is directed to close this damn file, done in orders in the chambers this 30th day of January 2026. Bye-bye. See ya. And guess what? Your little bullshit that you were trying to pull with the court, guess what happened? You lost again. They just can't stop losing. It's amazing to me that people with this caliber and, you know, having what, some sort of law degree or something, they just keep fucking losing. Hell, they even lost to an idiot on the internet. They lost to me. Imagine that. Losing a whole case to me because you suck that much. You suck that much. Well, I guess, you know, there's a reason for that. Lots of ball gags and all kinds of stuff. Hello, T42. How you doing, Melissa? Good to see ya. T42 is so good to see ya. That you're having a wonderful evening. And yes, tonight the super tips are on. If you're wondering what the super tips are, well, it's pretty straightforward. The super tips are nothing more than your way of saying hello. Like Lily Smith the other night, she was so wonderful to send a super tip and saying,
I'm confused. Was paint chips served or not? Did the judge say Jeremy needs to serve him again?
No, the judge hasn't said anything on that one, but we know. Puppy attack. I love it, Miss Peanuts. That's awesome. I love it. Getting puppy attacks are one of the best. If you haven't ever seen it, all you have to do is look up Keanu Reeves playing with puppies. It is fucking hilarious. You will laugh your ass off. Just, wasn't it that great news? That file is closed. Well, sort of. Now she would have the opportunity to refile, but that, in doing so, she opened herself up to even more legal fees than she's already looking at. It is, you know, but what can you say? They're not the brightest bulb in the wood shop. Let's put it that way. They're not the sharpest tool in the spoon drawer. You can say a million things like that. Lady T, good to see ya. Check for the link for the super tips. Yes, it's at the very top of the chat. You can hit those if you so desire. It is not necessary, but if you're not wanting to send your money to YouTube and you're rather wanting to send it to me, I get a small percentage of what YouTube takes, but YouTube's still been nice to me. It's really, really a good thing. It's really a good thing. I enjoy this place so much. YouTube is so much fun that you just have no idea. The craziness that's going on right now is nothing but craziness. And you've got everything from Bone Crusher making threats to Lips making false allegations, to Fleas promoting those false allegations, to Paint Chips that can't even get his story straight because, well, I don't know, maybe he's worried about going back to the shoe. Who knows what his issue is? But, you know, we'll dig into that a little bit later this week. No, until sounding of Keanu's puppies, he gets a little bit upset. Yeah. No, they don't. They grow up and they're very happy. But I'm telling you, Keanu Reeves playing with puppies is absolutely hilarious because they're doing an interview with him while he's playing with puppies. It's classic. It is so classic because he's just laughing his ass off almost the whole time. But tonight, tonight we're going back into the Laura Owens documents because, well, they're outside of, let's see, outside of the absolute insanity, the craziness of what's going on with Hales, because we know there's a lot of shit going on there. We know that there's a lot of really bad shit going on, and they're just digging that hole. As they're digging that hole and digging themselves in deeper, trust me, they are digging themselves in really deep. It is going to be amazing to watch the spin that they try to come out of this thing with, because that's what they'll be doing next. They'll have a nice spin on it saying, oh, this is just what we were told. But see, that's the thing. You were also told differently. You were told that this is not true. And that's not going to do really well in your case. You coming after Tug, calling him a groomer, is going to screw you. You fucking morons. Oh my God, the stupidity that they're sitting out there spewing, the crazy, insane words that are coming out of their mouth are going to come back and bite them. Don't be surprised whenever those court documents drop. When those court documents drop, you are going to see the most insane amount of crap being thrown at the wall. Where is Churchill? Yeah, Churchill is right here, right there on the wall. Churchill's right there on the wall. I've had a Churchill there for the past, I don't know, 4 years. My wife got that for me. My wife and I went and visited the Winston Churchill Museum. It's not really a museum. It's like a bunker. It's where the bunker was whenever World War II was going on, where they would sit and hold communications. So we were down there in the doing the little walk around. Really cool. If you ever get a chance and you're in London, go check out the Churchill Museum. It is awesome. It's got like all of his letters that he wrote and his speeches and all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. I miss seeing him behind you. Yeah. I mean, because my whole room got situated. So it used to be that Churchill was directly behind me, but everything got completely resituated in here. So yeah, maybe if I turned my desk that way, you'd have Winston right behind me. But yeah, I haven't done that yet. Maybe one of these days I'll rotate it around. Hello, Andy. Good to see you. Welcome, Megan and Tug Raiders. Welcome. Not good. Oh gosh, not good. Good to see you here tonight. Take care. Oh, hey, Lady T. I don't know what happened with Lady T. Good morning from England. Hey, I want to say that I had a great time whenever my wife and I went to England. We were on the bridge going across. So you got the eye that's over there, and then you've got the Big Ben that's over there. So that bridge, I don't remember the name of the bridge. It's sort of like a Passover, but they had all of the poles put up because that's where some idiot had driven his car into a bunch of people and assaulted them. And so they had, and there's a certain like I'm going to say the name wrong, but basically they have poles in the ground to keep people from driving over that road now. But it's how you get to the eye. And my wife and I, whenever we stopped in Heathrow, we got off the plane and took a Uber, taxi, whatever to the eye. We had a nice appointment to go ride the eye it was good. It was fun. But yeah, I didn't enjoy London as much as my wife did. I did enjoy the British Museum and like the Churchill piece, but Westminster Bridge. Okay. Yeah, see, Andy would know better than I. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. There lots of good places to grab some food along that area too. But yeah, we spent probably 7 days in London, and then we went out to like the Cotswolds and spent most of our time out in the country, which was much, 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 much better. I did all the driving. I drove us out of London, and we ended up in the top part of England, and then took a plane, like just basically like a 30-minute airplane over to Edinburgh, where we met up with some friends of ours. One of them was actually from England. He was from Leeds, and we ended up going and seeing the tattoo, which was really cool. So if you get a chance and you're in England, set it up about the time that they do the tattoo. It is, and we walked the mile. It's really good. Had a good time. Had a really good time. And Dr. Lawrence, awesome guy. He gave us a tour of the British Museum, and he's a archaeologist that works like out of Egypt. Really good guy. He actually flew in that night to meet us the next morning to give us a tour of the British Museum, and a private tour. Oh my God, just the two of us. It was great. We had a blast. Yay for Lulu. That introvert dog park meme. Yay. Oh my gosh. Good to see you, Mary Boyle. Good to see you. Hey, T42. Yeah, everybody knows T42. And I do appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up on the way in. Yes, we are going to go over some more of the Laura Owens documents tonight, and we should be able to get through quite a bit of those. But I did want to point to the fact that there will be some more hail if you're looking here just for Hales. Trust me, there's so much more. But we will be going over some of the Hales documents, because well, it's not really the documents, it's just the anti-Hales and all of their shenanigans, because there is quite a bit of well, let's put it this way, shit that's going to happen to them, and you'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait and see. I'm watching closely, because the things that they've been saying and doing is going to come and bite them in the ass. Like, you have no idea how bad it's going to bite them. So we're back here on page 67. This is where we left off. So this is where we're picking it back up. Detective G. Gonzalez, number 820, and I met with Jan Black Owens at, gave the address, 1204 2024. This location is a rental home owned by Owens, used as an Airbnb. We met at this location at the request of Black Owens, as she did not want Laura Owens to know about the meeting. Ooh, sounds suspicious already. The contact began at approximately 9:55 and was audio recorded. The following is a summary. Jan Black Owens. Miss Jack Black Owens, Miss Black Owens invited us in and identified herself to us. We sat at the dining room table for that interview. Miss Black Owens told us that she did not want this contact to be noted. I explained that it would have to be noted. Miss Black Owens indicated that she understood. I said that I understand that she wanted to put this all in perspective for us. Well, I bet this works out good. She indicated that this was correct, and that it has become complicated because they have thrown in all of the elements from the past. Well, the past does show the future. If you can find a timeline of someone doing bad behavior, like filing fraudulent and litigious lawsuits, and you can tie those all in together, it becomes very apparent that they're going to continue doing these kinds of things. She indicated this was correct, but it's complicated. They've thrown all the elements from the past. Miss Black Owens said that she presumes that we're focused on the Clayton Eckert part. I indicated this is correct, adding that it mainly concerns the court hearings, the depositions where Laura was under oath. I added that the judge felt that there was some evidence tampering and some perjury. Miss Black Owens said as far as she knew, there was nothing presented to the court that was not truthful, except the times that she lied multiple times and changed her story. She stated that Laura was pregnant. Miss Owens told us that this happened with Clayton because Laura wanted to get into short-term rentals. Laura was interested in seller finance properties and eventually found that Clayton worked for a firm that specialized in that field. Laura, reached out to Clayton, and they seemed to have a connection. I don't know. Choking down choking down the man meat doesn't sound like a good connection that you want to have. Clayton invited Laura over to his place. Miss Black Owens said that Laura specifically told Clayton that this wasn't a booty call. Miss Black Owens added that Laura had not had sexual relations for a year before that. Isn't it interesting that mom knows? Sounds like a good wife. How's the cabinet coming along for her? It's done. It's done. Do I have a picture of it? I probably do. Let's see if I can pull that picture up, and we'll share a little picture of it. Do 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 do. Oh, do do do. Let's see. Yeah. So this isn't the finished product, but it's pretty close. Let me just bring myself up here by myself. Let's see. We'll go here and we'll zoom in on it like this. And let's see. So there we go. So what I did is cut out a cabinet, got it all cut up. Yeah, so you can see there's a blender, there's a mixer, there's some grill tools and stuff like that. But yeah, there you go. You got to see a picture of the inside of my house. Yes, there is a cabinet that I cut out there. It is done, believe it or not. I've got the door on it, got the hinges, and the generator. Need to look pictures of that. Hopefully, I don't have to use it anytime soon. That would be awesome. What is that? Why? Crazy, crazy. So yeah, that was done. Just it's crazy. Changing locations, so much pain. Yeah. Yeah, my wife was pretty happy with the cabinet. It is done and done. And my next project coming up in the spring, I will be doing a table and a bench. Oh, thank you, Heather May. Yeah, it was, and it's not that isn't the finished product. I actually made the door for it also. It's got hinges, like any kind of stuff. So yeah, just finding good things to keep myself occupied with. My wife's good at that, keeping me busy. So Miss Black Owens, she said that, this wasn't a booty call. She had not had sexual relations for a year before that. It was the aftermath of her being attacked in Hoboken. Laura told Clayton she was not on birth control. Miss Black Owens reported that Clayton told Laura that he just wanted her to come over and cuddle as he was feeling lonely. Clayton talked to Laura about having been The Bachelor and that he was portrayed as being a villain on the show because he lied to the girls at the end. According to Miss Black Owens, Laura told Clayton that she wanted to make it clear she did not want to have sex. Isn't it really interesting that her mother has to tell her this stuff? Like, is she really that into telling her mother every single detail about stuff? Or is it that she's into telling her mother a bunch of lies? Laura had been staying at the casita on her parents' property, and she went over and told her mother that she was going over to Clayton's, that he made it clear to him that she didn't want to have sex. Laura then went to Clayton's home, and he offered her a THC gummy, and she took it. According to Laura, Clayton was really, 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 really high. Laura told her mother that they were making out, and then one thing leads to another, and then he had his fingers down there. Clayton then asked if he could stick it in for 30 seconds. Laura told him no. Clayton then asked, 25. She said, no. I asked if he was referring to his penis. Miss Black Owens indicated, oh, yeah. Clayton counted down to 20, then 15, all of which Laura said, oh, according to Miss Black Owens, because Miss Black Owens was there at the time, Laura felt that his penis was inside her. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. Okay. How do you go from wean or from fingers to wean? I mean, it's like this magical trick that all of a sudden it just appears out of nowhere. Oh, we got some little finger action going on there. And then all of a sudden, like his pants magically flew off and bingo, there's a ween there. Make it make sense somehow. Laura told Clayton, she said no. Clayton then told Laura that she didn't feel the difference. I asked where they were positioned. Was mom here? Yeah, Tammy, this is impossible. That's why I'm like sitting here going, okay, I'm scratching my head thinking, okay, you go from a little bit of finger action to a little bit of ween action. How did he just magically his pants just, or maybe he wasn't wearing pants because pants are prison. There's that possibility. Oh my God. But mother's trying to describe this like, wait a second. So you're describing this as if you're there. Did mom not like put 2 and 2 together or even 3, like maybe qualify into that conversation? She she believed that they were on a couch. How uh, okay. Miss Black Owens said that Lauren was really upset about that when she came home the next morning. Oh, the next morning. So she spent the night. Miss Black Owens said that it wasn't a violent type of grape thing. Oh, thank you. Considering what she had gone through in Hoboken, Miss Black Owens said that Clayton and Lauren had looked up at a couple of properties. Laura had an investor lined up. Laura told Clayton that she wanted to make offers on 2 places, and Clayton agreed to write them up, and Laura signed them, assuming that Clayton would submit them. When Lauren asked about the response, Clayton had not submitted one, and she was not sure about the other one. Miss Black Owens said that Laura was very upset about that. So she filed a complaint with the Department of Real Estate for that. But that's not what she filed a complaint with the Department of Real Estate. What she claimed is they had sexual relationships. Like, this is all verifiable shit, you dumbass broad. Except mom is sort of like the fleas that she doesn't verify the shit before she finds out that, oh yeah, you're fucking wrong. Your daughter is a lying piece of shit. Amazing how they find that out. Now, Miss Black Owens said that Laura began suffering from morning sickness and was very fatigued. Well, it could be that, she's just a piece of shit, and maybe those HCG drugs were starting to kick in. So she took a home pregnancy test. That test was positive. Miss Black Owens stated that Laura reported that she wanted to make sure, so she wanted to have it medically done. Laura went to urgent care, where it was confirmed. Laura told Clayton, whose demeanor changed rapidly over the course of days. Initially, Clayton wanted them to figure out what to do. Laura told Clayton that she really didn't want to have an abortion, but she also didn't want to raise a child with a confrontational father. Your dad's such a meanie. Miss Black Owens reported that over the course of a few weeks, Clayton went from having the child, raising it, to having nothing to do with it, and to putting it up for adoption. I'll get you in a second there, sweetheart. To putting it up for adoption, when it went to having him full custody of the child, she would have nothing to do with it. And he would take the child to his parents' house in Missouri. Miss Black Owens said that Clayton was flipping back and forth. He was like a ping pong ball. He just bounced from one idea to the next. At one point, Clayton told Laura that his parents thought it was a sign from God. Lordy Jesus, amen almighty. And we have a wonderful Marissa. Hello, how are you doing, Marissa? Marie. Shizzy, who had any idea that wings are hiding under the pants? Babies are carried by storks, and it costs extra to have 2 storks. Now you know about the birds and bees. Damn it. Damn it. I should have known this. Maybe this is why I've been so unsuccessful, Marissa. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. And also you have super tips open over there on this side. I don't know which side it's on, but yes, we are available for that. Thank you very much. Laura telling her mom just yuck. Exactly, ahoy. That's what I'm wondering is like, so her mother seems to be very, very much intimate with what her mother is, with what her daughter is doing. Yes. I need to pay extra for a couple of storks. No, I don't want to have any children. Children are wonderful. I'm not wanting to be a parent. My wife and I, we did try at one point in time, and we're both happy with where we're at in life. We've got nieces and nephews, and we shower them with love and kisses. So that's where I'm just like, yeah. T42, can you imagine? I'm sorry telling that much detail to your mother. No way. No, I could not imagine. Hey, Southern Red Sox girl. See, Southern Red Sox girl comes in here. I didn't say it. I don't give a duck. I love that. Love that. Good to see you. Yeah, I cannot imagine. And you got us. Hey, I love you guys so much. You're so special to me. At one point, Clayton invited Laura over to his house to talk about. Laura went, bringing a pregnancy test with her, believing that Clayton would want to see for himself. He wants to see me pee. Once there, Clayton told Laura that he had a test and that he wanted her to take his test in his presence. Laura did comply, and it was positive. Ms. Black Owens said that Clayton told Laura that he was glad that she did that and that he knows that she's not a liar. Ms. Black Owens said that Clayton had wanted to speak with her and that he had called and left messages indicated that he wanted to talk to her about it. Ms. Black Owens told him that he needed to talk to Laura, not her. Ms. Black Owens said that she did speak with him on the phone, and they spoke for about 40 minutes. Ms. Black Owens stated that Clayton admitted to her that he may have some cum, and that's how it happened. I don't think that he would have been saying this, but I don't know what you Zoomers are doing. So yeah, I wouldn't be talking with, I don't think I would talk with, no, not my mother-in-law, or I wouldn't be talking to her about sex now. And that's how it happened. She told Clayton that he should have been more of a stand-up guy about this. Miss Black Owens said that part of it was not consensual, and he was aware of that. Miss Black Owens indicated that she watched some of his show on YouTube and was aware that he was dishonest, and she could not believe a word that came out of his mouth. Miss Black Owens feels that he wanted to polish his reputation because he was trying to get a spot on Dancing with the Stars. Miss Black Owens stated that this makes sense if you know what happened to Laura in Hoboken. No, nothing makes sense with this fucking bunch of loonies. Miss Black Owens reported that they moved here from San Francisco in 2021, and Laura had a boyfriend in San Francisco for a couple of years. I asked if this was Mike Maricini. Miss Black Owens indicated it was, and stated that Laura has not had good luck with these guys. Well, maybe because she's a psycho bitch. Miss Black Owens told us that Laura dated Maricini for about a year and a half, and for the first 6 months, he was fine with her, and then he became more violent sexually, including choking during sex, and there was also other violence involved. It's amazing to me. It is, God, it is so amazing to me that this lady knows more about her sex life than anybody outside of me and my wife know about ours. Just like nothing good happens in Hoboken. It's probably true, MD. That is probably very true. It's surprising to me. It is really surprising to me that they seem to know more about each other's sex lives than anybody. I wouldn't be talking with my parents about this kind of crap. I know for a fact my wife would not be talking with her mother about her sexual interactions at all, ever. No, that's weird. That's creepy. How does this make any sense with what happened in Hoboken? They're not related in the least. Well, you have to understand that she's trying to bring up that Laura was violently raped in Hoboken. That's what she's trying to say, is that this bad thing happened in Hoboken, and this somehow relates to it. I don't know why. Miss Black Owens stated that at one point Laura became pregnant with Maricini's child. No, that's what brought apart that whole relationship in the first place, is her claiming that she was pregnant with his child. They all went to dinner and Laura told them that she was pregnant, but it wasn't the right time. Laura and Maricini then went to Planned Parenthood in Walnut Creek, and Laura took abortion pills. But it's just like they went to an abortion clinic and she took pills. What happened in between? Did they confirm that she was pregnant? I mean, because all it's saying is, oh, she took abortion pills. She could have been taking Advil for all we know and saying, oh, I took abortion pills, Mom, because, it's the day after. We don't know. We don't know. But she seems to know all about their sex life, but they don't. She can't confirm that Planned Parenthood said, "Oh, she's pregnant." Miss Black Owens said that at some juncture, Mr. Maricini said that Laura had cancer. Miss Black Owens reports that Laura never said that, and Maricini never said that up until now. She feels that this may have been the work of Maricini and Gillespie. She also reported that Gillespie had concocted emails that he tried to indicate were from Laura that were not from her. Boy, it's all amazing that all these guys have had similar issues with the same person. I think the common denominator, man, these clippers are really good. I got some cool nail clippers. Sorry if you can hear that. My nails get really long and they're really hard, so I cut myself all the time with them. And also I like to keep them trimmed whenever I'm playing. Crazy. She reported that Gillespie had concocted emails that he tried to indicate were from Laura that were not from her. Maricini reported in his deposition concerning the protective order hearing that Laura had polycystic ovary syndrome. He never said anything about cancer. The cancer allegation came out after Maricini and Gillespie got together, and Maricini found 2 emails on his laptop that appeared to be sent from Laura pretending to be a doctor. You want to play doctor with me, little girl? Would you like to play doctor? I'll play doctor with you. Miss Black Owens said that Laura only went out to Gillespie's for about 2 weeks or so, and she was pregnant with him too. Gillespie told Laura that he had been hurt in relationships before by girls cheating on him, and then he asked for her passwords. According to Miss Black Owens, Laura provided the passwords to Gillespie. Oh, I gave him all my passwords because I just wanted to prove that I was still sweet and awesome. Hey, Brun, rockin' stone. To see you. During the relationship, according to Miss Black Owens, Laura provided the passwords to Gillespie. During the relationship, Gillespie told Laura that it's easy to doctor a letterhead and stated that he had done it before. Miss Black Owens said that Laura had become pregnant by Gillespie, and he was insistent that she have an abortion and that she take the abortion pill in his presence. Gillespie indicated to Laura that he would ruin her life if she did not comply. Miss Black Owens reported that Gillespie had put his fingers in Laura's mouth. All these fingers to make sure that she took the pills. Laura was very upset with how that ended. Well, It ended with his fingers in your mouth. I'd be upset too if somebody shoved fingers in my mouth expecting to find something there. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, why you got your fingers in my mouth? I don't understand. Why are you putting your fingers there? They don't belong there. Get your fingers out of my mouth. Dare you. I dare you put your fingers there. So she filed an abortion coercion suit. Oh, yes. Of course she would. Against Gillespie, Laura did not ask for money. She asked for a charitable donation being made to educate people about abortion coercion. She didn't ask for money. Really? How many of you believe she didn't ask for money? Because she's been very money driven on a lot of this other shit. So all of a sudden she's like, she didn't ask for any money. No, she wanted a man. And she is like a man eater. Oh. Miss Black Owens stated that Gillespie hired an attorney, Greg Woodnick, suggesting that they may have worked together previously and that it's not just an attorney-client relationship. Really? Okay. During this suit, Woodnick contacted an attorney, Joe Cotchett, who was friends with Laura's family, and asked him to tell Laura to drop the case. Ms. Black Owens reported that the attorney had represented Laura in an auto accident in the past, and only way Woodnick would have known about this attorney was through Laura's emails and from Gillespie accessing her emails. Miss Black Owens mentioned that Mr. Cotchett had represented her husband in a labor severance suit during that time that Laura dated Gillespie and may have mentioned his name to her. Miss Black Owens again reported that Laura did not have an attorney at the time. According to Miss Black Owens, Mr. Woodnick challenged the abortion coercion suit on a constitutional basis. Yes, if they're fucking lying. Geez, man. It would be a constitutional basis if they're damn well lying. Miss Black Owens told us that Laura ended her relationship with Gillespie in August of 2021. No, I think you got that wrong. I think he ended that relationship because he was like, this bitch be crazy. I am the hell out of here. Thank you, Miss Maria. Says Gillespie, hear me out. I got a proposal. Since you're a master hacker, I got this one student left. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of you and your student loan. We'll get this really good. Then in February of 2022, and thank you very much for the $5 super chat, connected with a guy on Bumble, a dating app. T and Andrew Williams. Oh, so she does have a name. Oh, that's amazing. Now there's a name. Andrew Williams. Andrew in Hoboken. Andrew Williams in Hoboken. I need to step forward and tell everybody what you did with Miss Owens, because you're such a bad boy. But said that he was going to relocate to Scottsdale. During their video chats, Andrew suggested that she travel to Hoboken to visit with him, knowing that her sister Sarah lived in New York City. I asked if Sarah knew Andrew beforehand. Miss Black Owens indicated no. Laura decided to go to Hoboken to see her sister. Miss Black Owens stated that Andrew was very particular about the time of Laura's arrival and that she takes public transportation instead of an Uber. Oh, no. No, that seemed now, I'm sorry. This seems like a made up fucking story. And why do I say that? This is just if somebody was saying, oh no, you take public, do not take an Uber. Do not take an Uber. Well, why would you tell someone not to take an Uber? I mean, the first thing that all you ladies out there are probably thinking right off the bat is, well, Uber keeps a track of how I would get there. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, because then you have a record of your travel to some place. right? I mean, that would be the first thing that pops in my mind. You're telling me, wait, you're wanting me to meet up with you, a person that I've only talked to on video chat. Nothing good happens on public transportation in Hoboken. Exactly. Like what? Wait, I would be a little bit, I'd be a little bit like, what? Huh? You want me to do what? I bet if you tracked her Uber record, you'd find that she Ubered to one place and then took public transportation, but there's no way of tracking public transportation, so she can't verify her story. Oh, amazing how that fucking works. Well, Laura arrived at the door and Andrew answered. While on the phone, he handed her a drink as prearranged. Laura consumed the drink, felt that she was drugged, then violently assaulted, according to Miss Black Owens. What? The no Smex conception, wasn't that done in the show Scrubs? Yeah. Nothing good happens on public. Yeah. This makes no sense whatsoever. Felt that she was drugged and then violently assaulted, according to Miss Black Owens. Miss Black Owens feels that this was a target attack which coincided with Mr. Woodnick's ultimatum to drop the suit against Gillespie. It's really convenient, really convenient. So what? Miss Black Owens recounted Laura's description of the evening. You know, that's what. See, and here's where my conspiracy mind all of a sudden like hits on. So she's looking for this person, Andrew Williams. Okay. Also, she doesn't get free Uber, so free Uber, nah. But public transportation, hell yeah. Glad he hadn't taken a little bill pill. It could have been Quaaludes, yeah. Yeah, could have been. So this right here makes no sense. Like this, all of this makes no sense right here. So Andrew Williams, she's throwing out a name there. So that way, if Mr. Woodnick comes up with this person and he brings this Andrew Williams to debunk this, she says, oh no, they were in communication beforehand. This bitch is evil, conniving little bitch. We know someone like this. Ultimatum to drop the suit. She recounted Laura's description of the evening and her opinion that the attack was live streamed. What? Her opinion was that the attack was live streamed. And does anyone know, wasn't all this assault and such proven false and all lies? Well, here's the thing, Heather May. She's never provided any proof that this has actually happened, because she's saying that she went to the police and filed a report. According to her, she went to the police and filed a report anonymously that she was raped. Okay. I told Miss Black Owens that I didn't understand that this is part of the big picture. That I understand that this is part of the big picture. However, it's outside the purview of what we're investigating. Laura contacted the Hoboken Police Department and spoke with a detective. Laura reported that she was afraid and did not wish to name Andrew in a police report, but yet she does it here. Ms. Black Owens indicated that the FBI is involved in this case and provided further detail of this. Ms. Black Owens told us that the assault occurred in March of 22, and Andrew texted Laura again in November of 22, said that he was in Scottsdale and asked if he wanted to meet. Laura feel that Andrew wanted to finish the job. Okay. There's so many things that are glaringly wrong here. I don't know if you're picking up on it, but this makes, okay. If she's saying that this guy violated her in that way, how in the hell is he still in contact with her? You would think that she would cut off all contact with her, with him. Like, oh, this guy's bad news. He did X, Y, or Z. But then he's all of a sudden then that's the thing. She probably showed up and got a little bit of freaky with him and had a good time. And then he sent her on her way. She might have they might have done drugs. Who knows? I don't know what people were doing there. And then, she just was like, oh, that was such a good time. And he's sort of like, it was all right. Here, I'll get you an Uber home or whatever. East Texas Cowboy. You said, hey, Heather. doing dues. Hey, T42. I don't see. If I had told her to take public transport, she would have told him, no, she is too privileged. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true, East Texas. Little Miss Red Velvet. Oh, geez, so good you are feeling better. Most definitely. Yeah, mine's still lingering around. So I just don't understand, like, if she's having conversations with this person, why? I mean, I've never been sexually assaulted, thankfully, but I would think that after someone did something horrendous to me and I felt that I was violated, I would probably not want to have any more conversations with them ever again. I would probably turn them into the police and make sure that they spent the rest of their life in prison for what they did to me. Unless, you're like Paint Chips and just have that done in prison. Hoboken is a bullshit story to the slander, the Greg and Swinger court case. Exactly. Miss Black Owens stated that this all comes together at the time of the trial with Gillespie. Laura was frightened and sent correspondence to the court requesting to appear virtually, indicating that she believed that Mr. Woodneck and Gillespie were involved in her attack. Miss Black Owens reported that the court clerk sent this request to Mr. Woodneck also. Miss Black Owens feels that Mr. Woodneck and Gillespie wanted to damage Laura's reputation to make her seem as if she were an unhinged crazy girl if she were to testify. After Gillespie and the attack in Hoboken, Laura met Clayton and became involved in a dispute with him. Okay, this is weird. So we're led to believe she must think highly of herself, or she might think that what would they have to get from her? See, this makes no sense whatsoever. We know that they don't have any money because they've already said that they're going in bankruptcy. Didn't they drop the bankruptcy? Whatever. Doesn't matter. So they don't have any money. Matter much? Maybe a little bit. I just none of this makes any sense. Like she thinks too highly of herself. Pattern. Yeah, there is a bit of a pattern there. Yeah. Indicating that she believed Woodneck and Gillespie were involved in her attack, blah, 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 make her seem a crazy girl. After Gillespie and the attack in Hoboken, Laura met Clayton and became involved in a dispute with him. She's pretty good at that. She said that everyone that involved themselves in this seemed to have their own reasons for wanting to discredit Laura, and Clayton wanted to polish his image. Miss Black Owens said that Clayton knows what happened. Fits the technical definition of rape. Miss Black Owens continued to suggest that Mr. Woodneck had contrived names of medical providers and fed information to internet content creators. Laura told her mother that she didn't know any of the medical providers that Mr. Woodneck cited and denied reporting that she went to any of them. But we have her own testimony. Oh, God. See, she is lying to her mother. She's lying to investigators. She's lying to Clayton. She's lying to Woodneck. I mean, she is as bad as the fleas. She cannot get her story straight. because we have her testimony. Just, what was it? Sunday, I was reading through some of this shit. We have her own testimony in front of Greg Woodnick, where he's like, project, was it in Vallejo? Was it here? Was it there? And she's coming up with all these different places that she's been. And she doesn't know. I don't know any of these, Mom. I don't know what they're talking about. She didn't know any of the providers that Mr. Woodnick cited and denied reporting that she went to any of them, except she did. She's using her own words. You said you went here. You said you went here. No, I went here. And so he's like, okay, you went here. But none of these people were the providers. Laura also told her mother that she did not willingly have sex with Eckerd, and she kept saying no to the end. The end of what? The end of your lives? I told Miss Black Owens that at this point we weren't disputing the fact that Laura was pregnant. I told Miss Black Owens that Laura did say that she doctored one test where she increased the hormone level. Miss Black Owens said that document was never submitted as evidence, except it was. Laura submitted the actual medical record. The doctored record was provided to Dave Neal, a content creator and podcaster. Oh, damn you, Dave. You're such a bad boy. You deserve a spanking. Miss Black Owens said that Laura was trying to get some type of commitment from Clayton to see what kind of father he would be. Laura felt that they could have joint custody and was concerned that Clayton didn't know what joint custody was. He doesn't seem very smart. He doesn't know what joint custody is. I'm not very smart, Laura, but I know what joint custody is. Laura couldn't get anywhere with Clayton. Yeah, she couldn't scam him. So in July 23, they hired a law firm to act as an intermediary. Miss Black Owens spoke about, no, she hired an attorney that was supposed to go in and basically find him to be the father. That's what she was trying to do, the father of something that didn't exist because, well, she swallowed instead of, well, whatever. Miss Black Owens spoke about Laura's brain trauma and reported that she had gotten epilepsy due to something that occurred with Maricini involving blunt force trauma, and that Maricini is a person who cannot lie. She believes Mr. Woodnick and Gillespie reached out to Maricini because they learned that Laura had a case against him. She further believes that Maricini and Gillespie got together and came up with the emails to appear as if they came from doctors in San Francisco saying that Laura had ovarian cancer. This was to make it look like she was doctoring all this stuff. Miss Black Owens feels that Mr. Woodnick and Gillespie came up with all these items that they indicated were just doctored to make Laura seem as if she were crazy. She feels that the crazier that they can make Laura seem, that it would look better for them if they were never connected to the Hoboken attack. Oh, good voice to use. Thank you. Does her mom actually believe all these fantasies? If she does, I question her cognitive dissonance. I think that her mother is in on this. And here's a sad little story, and I'll keep it somewhat short. Okay. Now, a friend of mine, not a really good friend, just someone that I've met through various ways and means. I guess that's the best way to put it. So this person gave me a little bit of insight. You remember back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, there was this actor that came to Georgia by the name of Rob Lowe. Now, if you didn't know, and he was a good father too. I love that movie. That was a great movie. So, the little sex scandal that Rob Lowe had with an underage girl, right? Now you've heard about this nice, well, it wasn't nice, but it was a pretty bad story about him getting a little, I think there was even a video about this that was put out at some point in time. If you don't believe me, you can go look up Rob Lowe, underage girl, Georgia, and that will tell you exactly the same thing. But see, here's where it gets really, really freaky. Okay. Tug Raiders saying hi. Good to see you, Kiwi Crypt Keeper. Welcome. Okay, back in the 80s, this stuff that happened with Rob Lowe, I happen to have some pretty interesting information about all of that. See, there was a friend of that girl, not a close friend, that whenever I ended up here in Georgia, that just happened to know this girl. And she was bragging about it the next day. And what was she bragging about to people at her school? Well, she was bragging about how her and her mother concocted a plan to make her daughter appear that she was older than she was, and that she was going to get into a compromising situation with Rob Lowe, was going to videotape it and make sure that it was given to her mother so they could extort money out of him. Amazing how that worked. And she bragged about this after it happened. I don't remember back in the days because I wasn't born. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Marie, but go look that up. It is an interesting story. It is a very interesting story. And I remember when that hit the news wire, oh my God, Rob Lowe got just hammered for that. Like 10 ways to Sunday over that. I mean, an underage girl. I mean, that's bad. But apparently it was a plan concocted by her and her mother to go after Rob Lowe because he was the big thing at that point in time. He was, it finished doing a few big movies. He was a big movie star. He was going to be visiting Atlanta, and they got together and did this to go after someone. And thank you very much, Miss Marie, for the $5 super chat. You could have, you weren't born in the 80s. Damn. Man, see, now I feel really old. Marissa Marie, I feel really old now. Because I remember that and I was like, oof, maybe it was the 90s. 80s, 90s. No, it would have been in the 80s. It would have been in the 80s, like late 80s. Oh, but thank you, Miss Marie. Yeah. So whenever they're set there, so her mother could easily be involved in this kind of bullshit, thing that's going on, because it's not good. It's not good in any way, shape, or form. Now, Laura seemed to was she's crazy. Hoboken's attack. I already read that. So I told Miss Black Owens that there was a lot said about ultrasounds during the hearings. I asked if Laura had an ultrasound concerning Clayton. Miss Black Owens says she knows that this is a touchy area and didn't want to get into that. Oh, of course you don't want to get into that. 1988. Gee, I'm so old. Yeah, 1988. She knows this is a touchy area, didn't want to get into that. Well, why don't you want to? You seem to know about her sex life, but you don't know anything about the ultrasound. Uh-huh. She told us that she was aware that Laura said she changed something during her deposition because she didn't want Clayton to know what lab she went to. Why? To confirm that you're actually pregnant? You're claiming you're pregnant. Now, if I was in Clayton's situation, I'd be wanting the same information. I'd be like, okay, you're saying that I knocked you up. Okay. And sure, that's going to happen. But tell me, you're going and you're getting an ultrasound done, but why won't you show me this information? Show me where you went and had the ultrasound done so I can confirm that this is an actual ultrasound that was done on you. Oh, jeez. And she doesn't believe that Mr. Woodnick ever submitted anything. She understands that Gillespie came up with 1 or 2 sonograms in his case with Laura. Miss Black Owens said that Gillespie submitted sonograms to the court, saying that Laura presented them to him. Laura contended at the time that she had taken the abortion pills at 8 weeks prior to the possibility of having a sonogram. I said that in the Gillespie suit, Laura said she was pregnant with twins. Miss Black Owens told us she never said that she had twins, but Gillespie claimed that she did. Gillespie claimed that Laura said it was a boy and a girl. I said that I understood that only one of the fetuses passed because she took 1 pill. Miss Black Owens said, right. Like, that's how it works. You take one pill, it's only one pill per baby. That makes total sense. I believe you, Marissa, not Miss Marie. I said Marissa. I'll still call her Miss Marie if she likes me calling her Miss. Yeah, hey, Debbie, back. Good to see you. So the Red Sox girl, you were born in 85, but remember hearing about it later in my life. Wow, it's awesome. I can't begin to imagine carrying on a reasonable conversation with Laura Owens. I don't think anybody can, or her mother at this point. I said that I understood that only one of the fetuses passed because she only took one pill. Then, like that's how it works. Miss Black Owens said, right. However, Laura maintained that she took the pill so early on that she never had a sonogram and didn't know what it was. I have no idea what a sonogram is. I never went to sex ed. Again, Miss Black Owens stated that the Gillespie case was about abortion coercion. It was never about paternity. She said that Mr. Woodnick tried to turn it into a paternity case and she didn't understand why. Miss Black Owens showed us a document from One Medical related to the Gillespie case. The document indicated that the nurse practitioner, Julie Allreich, was concerned over Gillespie's behavior and that they were afraid of him. Laura was offered resources. Miss Black Owens mentioned that Gillespie said that Laura sent him a sonogram and that there were some emails that were oh, Shizzy, you can absolutely call me Miss Marie anytime. Well, thank you, Miss Marie. Marissa Marie. I know it's Miss. I still like that. Oh, Miss Marie, you're so awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. And I will call you Miss Marie. Was concerned over Gillespie's behavior and that they were afraid of him. Laura was offered resources. Miss Black Owens mentioned that Gillespie said that Laura sent him a sonogram and that there were some emails that were doctored from Laura. Does she get to tell the pill which fetus to target? What BS? Yes, absolutely. She says, I want the one on the left or the one on the right. You choose. Miss Black Owens mentioned Gillespie said that Laura sent him a sonogram and that there were some emails that were doctored from Laura. She said that she didn't know if he actually went into her computer because he had her passwords. Of course, that's what you do. First date, give me your passwords. Laura looked in her sent email and didn't find it. She thinks that Gillespie either sent them from Laura's email or he doctored them to look like they were from her email. That's not how emails work. These idiots. That's not how emails work. Okay. Here's the thing. And I'll shoot you straight here. There is an email. It is shizzywiznut@gmail.com. It is a straightforward email. You cannot mistake that for any other email. If anybody sent anything from shizzywiznut@gmail.com, I guarantee you I would have a copy of that in my sent messages. They're there. They would be there. That being said, this dumbass, hey, Marion, good to see you. Welcome, Mug Raiders. This makes no sense whatsoever. This is the most insane, like, conspiracy bullshit that I've ever heard. Because what does it solve? In what area does this solve anything? This is so far-fetched. Oh, God. Miss Black Owens mentioned that Gillespie said that Laura sent him a sonogram, and there were some emails that were doctored from Laura. He doctored them look like they were from her email. She said that as soon as the news came out that Laura was pregnant with Eckerd's child, Gillespie said that Mr. Woodnick became involved and then brought Maricini into it. That's not how it happened. Hey, how you doing, Dino Mom? Good to see you, Tiffany H. Hello. Emma Washington celebrates 12 months of membership. Mug Raid Crazy Laura Owens time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And thank you for being here for 12 months. That is awesome. And thank you, Mug Raiders. Appreciate every single one of you. Megan Raid, hello, Shizzy, and everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're going to lie, at least make it believable. Well, see, here's the thing. Liars have a hard time making anything believable. That's the bad part about liars, is because whenever you actually suss out what they initially say, the first lie that they come up with, the first thing that they're saying, and then once you start breaking down those lies, and you're like, okay, so you're saying that you were at, let's just put it this way. Say, for example, you're saying, I didn't do X, Y, or Z. You're saying, I wasn't at this street light. I wasn't in an accident. And you're just like, okay. So you're saying that you weren't here. You weren't in this accident. Okay. We have a videotape of your car. We have a videotape of you getting out of your car and doing something. Didn't realize it was a year already. What a year. It has been a wonderful year. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. It has been a crazy year. If you're speaking the truth, it comes easy. Exactly. But if you're sitting there saying, I wasn't there, but then they say that you're on videotape, well, I might have been there, but I wasn't driving. You just said you weren't there. Now, everything that you say after that, we know that you're lying, because you're lying to get out of this accident that you were in. So why don't you tell the truth right off the bat? The daughter likes to get a little bit nasty. Hey, Britt, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. She's a psychologist. Dreams could be a whole career study. I bet it could be. I bet it could be. And there is a little icon up there. It says bullshit. I love it. Thank you. Oh, yes. Welcome, new Rada. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And also, yeah, a year is not bad. A year is not bad at all. Miss Black Owens wait, what is this? Let's see. Miss indicated that Maricini had subpoenaed to Judge Mata's court, but that wasn't true. Miss Black Owens stated that the hearing that Judge Mata was an absolute joke. She didn't know how Judge Mata could conclude the things that she concluded, such as faking the pregnancy, that she took HCG. Miss Black Owens said that she saw Laura's stomach get bigger and bigger. She added that Laura took videos and photographs with her naked pregnant belly. She also pointed out Laura's weight gain to 130 pounds at the end of her pregnancy. I indicated that we believed that Laura was pregnant. Ms. Black Owens talked to us about the podcasters and the content creators such as Dave Deal, that bastard, and how they were affecting Laura throughout, and that Laura tried to get a restraining order against them. Once Laura had confirmation she was no longer pregnant, she understood that the suit was on the dismissal calendar. At that time, Eckerd had an order preventing Laura from contacting him. Eckerd reported that Laura had sent him 500 emails. Miss Black Owens stated this was a lie, that Laura never sent him 500 emails. At this point, the case was on dismissal calendar. Laura knew she had the miscarriage, and it was verified that she was no longer pregnant, so she thought it was over. It was over. I filed this suit, and now it's over, so it never happened. No, you filed a damn suit, lady. You filed a damn suit, and that suit is going to go on until it is concluded. Unless you ask for a dismissal of it and the judge granted it. And in that case, if the judge granted your dismissal, which she didn't, she said, no, he's going to come back and he is going to ask you for money because it cost him attorney's fees in doing this. At that point, wouldn't it kept the suit going all he can to make Laura seem unhinged? No, we've seen the video of her on the stand, and she looks completely unhinged. Miss Black Owens talked about the success of their podcast Nobody Told Me show. and how the justice for Clayton cult had gone after all of their guests and sponsors. They have also tried to ruin their horse business. Miss Black Owens alleged that Mr. Woodnick is after Laura and has gone to lengths such to lie in his filings and statements that he was trying to rehash the Gillespie case, which he lost. Miss Black Owens said that if you don't know what happened in Hoboken, this seems bizarre. And it seems that Laura is a crazy person. Both of you seem fucking crazy. You kept flapping your gums and telling all your lies. That's right, little Miss Red Velvet. She did. And it seems like Detective Gonzalez asked if there was ever a connection made between the guy in Hoboken and Gillespie or Mr. Woodnick. Miss Owens said, not that she knows of. Miss Black Owens continued to provide her opinion of Mr. Woodnick and wondered why she was so focused on Laura and discrediting her. Well, Miss Black Owens said that she has been with Laura throughout all the cases, and there's no question in her mind that all these things happen because you're both fucking batshit crazy. I wonder if they sat around plotting this shit. She's not unhinged. She's completely detached from reality. Yeah, she's in a whole different realm of psychosis. I stated that our investigation is to see if Laura lied or tampered with evidence. Well, Miss Black Owens said that she knows the document that she sent to Dave Neal, altered HCG test. And that Lauren said that she shouldn't have done it. It was so bad of me. Miss Black stated that Laura never changed any of the evidence in court. No, she did. She changed all of the evidence in court. Hoboken again. Well, that's because she doesn't want her daughter there. My daughter had to get away from my crazy shit, so she had to travel to Hoboken. Miss Black Owens again spoke of Judge Mata's rulings, said that she is saying that Laura is on the hook for $149,000 in legal fees. Yes. Yes. Court cases are expensive. When you lie to the court, whenever you file a frivolous, litigious piece of garbage that gets thrown out, that you lose on because you started a bunch of shit, you are responsible for those court fees. You are responsible for your shit. All these idiots out there that think, oh, I would just sue it. I would just create a lawsuit. Oh, that's really fucking bright. And what happened? What happened in the thumbnail? We know what happened in the thumbnail case. Whenever we're talking, and some of you don't know, we've been covering some Hale stuff. We throw that in here because some of this behavior ties into really bad behavior from some crazy females. It's Jay Bean. Good to see you, Jay Bean. Look at that. Hey, listening from work. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, man. You know what, Jay Bean? We need to do a stream again sometime soon. It was so fun having you on the last time I had you on. It's been months. We should get together and do something, have a little bit of fun. You know how it is. We're always so busy. Good to see you, brother. But I've never been held responsible before. Most of us aren't. Whenever you create this kind of lawsuit against somebody, whenever you file frivolous shit against somebody, and then all of a sudden say, oh, no more, I'm sorry, yeah, I've been found out, it's time for me to go, I don't think I have a good lawsuit here. That clock starts ticking whenever there's a response filed. Why do you think Lips was so excited to jump out of her lawsuit so damn quick after Jeremy was just like, let's go? Interesting. It's really interesting to me that she goes after Jay Hip, she goes after Megan Fox, she comes after me, she goes after Jeremy, she goes after Jeremy's company, and then she makes up a bunch of crazy ass shit. Makes up a bunch of crazy ass shit and then decides, oh, I don't want any part of this. Yeah. But see, that's part of the pattern. That's what Crazy did here. This is what Crazy did in this one. She decided she was going to file a lawsuit going after Clayton, wanting him to basically date her. This was all extortionist bullshit that she was trying to do, trying to extort, I don't know, a relationship because she sucks at it. Otherwise, she might as well force the guy to love you or some shit. I don't fucking know. Sorry, you have to use your U card. Have fun. All right, T42. I have to use my U card. Oh, I love it. But why? Why? Isn't it sad that this crazy LO has to try to ruin these men? It is. And whenever you see this kind of behavior, if it isn't called out and it isn't corrected, it just gets worse and worse and worse because they think, oh, I can get away with this shit once, might as well do it again. And they'll do it until they basically cried wolf enough times that people start questioning it. Whenever they start questioning it, they go, yeah, you've got a pattern here. You've done this before. Laura filed to dismiss the case. She also feels that there's something going on between Judge Mata and Mr. Woodnick. And this is because Judge Mata's ruling was almost word for word the same as Woodnick's press release. You can't make this shit up. Okay. I'm speechless. I'm waiting for Laura to claim that she met Jeremy at a storage unit place. I'm waiting for never mind. I'm waiting for hell to freeze over because that's what it feels like these days. Okay. This shit right here. Of course it was word for word. He was doing a press conference on what the judge ruled on, you dumbass twat. Jesus Christ. Lady, you are a fucking moron. The judge probably was citing the law no different than Greg Woodnick was. Or Mr. Woodnick to you. Miss Black Owens spoke of the death threats that she received and some additional theories connecting this to the Gigolo Beach murders in New York and the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking case. Miss Black Owens feels that this may be part of a bigger picture and agreed that the FBI may be looking into it. She also said that at one point, Mr. Woodnick indicated that Laura stated that he and Gillespie raped her. What? Laura stated that what? No. Miss Black Owens reported that Laura never said anything about the details of it. She just said that they may have been involved in some fashion. Well, no, that would be called accessories. If you're what she's claiming, what I understand in this right here, Laura is claiming that this guy in Hoboken, don't know what the deal is with this guy in Hoboken. This guy in Hoboken apparently live streamed his dirty deeds to these people. That's Zaddy Woodnick to you, buddy. Thank you, Miss Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Now, this makes no sense whatsoever. Thank you for the $2 super chat. That's so kind of you. No, this makes no sense at all. Because they're saying that Laura's claiming that we're accessories in some of this shit. So it alleged that Gillespie and Gillespie, she continued telling us in another proceeding, Mr. Woodnick indicated that Laura alleged that he and Gillespie coordinated the attack in Hoboken. You just did this. She just. I have no words for how stupid this lady is. I really don't. This is the most ridiculous. She's gone everything from Gigolo Beach to Sean Diddy's Combs to saying that Woodneck, she just indicated saying that she felt that this was videotaped and streamed to Greg Gillespie and they were involved in it somehow, to saying, well, now Laura never alleged that he and Gillespie coordinated this in Hoboken, but you just said this. Miss Black Owens told us that she wanted to know that there was nothing presented in court that wasn't 100% true. She continued by telling us the things that Mr. Woodnick presented were medical records from places that had no records for Laura, but he didn't present records from the legitimate ones. Oh, God. Lady, if you were wanting to present records from legitimate ones, that was her time in court to do it. At the time that she was in that court trial, that actual hearing, in that hearing was Laura's time, Gingriss's time to present the legitimate ones. What did they do? They didn't present the legitimate ones. They presented absolutely nothing to confirm that she was ever pregnant. Nothing. Oh my God. Miss Black Owens asked how long this investigation would take, and I said that I hoped it wouldn't take too much longer. Detective Gonzalez asked about Laura's computer, if she still has the one that she had when Gillespie had her password. Miss Black Owens said that she was under the belief that Laura had gotten a new computer and that she'd been telling her to change her passwords. Miss Black Owens told us about the incident that Laura reported to her. Laura told her mother that she was with Gillespie in a car when they pulled up in front of a house. A subject was standing in front of the house and contacted them. Gillespie told Laura that he was in the real estate business and that she should give him her phone so he could put his contact information in it. Laura told her mother that she didn't know what the guy did with her phone, but he was monkeying with it for a little while, according to Miss Black Owens. Laura thought he may have done something with the phone. Yeah, put his number in there. Here, give me your number. Here's my number. Call me. Probably typed in his name and number and all that shit. Miss Black Owens said that she wanted to know that there was nothing that was presented in the court that wasn't 100% truthful. I told Miss Black Owens that if Laura and Mr. Gingras want to talk to us, we would be happy to speak with them together. Miss Black Owens told us that Mr. Gingras has said that this was not his area of expertise in the law. DUI is. Miss Black Owens told us that she didn't want Laura to know that she spoke with us because Mr. Gingras said it said to let the investigators do their work. There was not further information, and this contact was concluded. It will be LO that will claim she's the victim of SA by Epstein and others. I think the shizzy was speechless over how stupid and full of lies this is. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely right. I'm like amazed at the stupidity of the bullshit on this. Oh, perjury, tampering with evidence. Ooh, here we go. Let's get into this one here. You know what? I think we need a little break. What do you guys think? We need just a little break. We'll give you a little song. I mean, I've given you some before, but I've got another one for you because, well, I'm kind like that. This way, give me a chance to rest my voice just a little bit, and you get to hear another song off of the oh, what is the name of that album? What did I give it? It is oh yeah, Suckered and Spit. Uh, let's see. Where were we? We did 4, 5, and Certified Catfish, Tongue Like Testimony, and I think we have this one here. Yeah, this one is the next one. Yeah, yes, a little music would be awesome. Well, let me get that up for you. We'll give you just a little tad bit of music, and we'll have a little bit of fun with it. Window. Nope, we're going for the tab. There it is. And we will bring this bad boy up and we will do this. And here we go. This one's called Daddy Issues in 4K. It's a short one, so enjoy.
She said I need closure, but she moaned it. One hand on the Bible, the other on Daddy's LinkedIn. Let's scroll through her trauma playlist. She want a daddy, not a dad, don't trip. Just a man with a suit and a legal grip. Boss certified, silver on the side. Gives her trauma tips while she rides that pride. Said I'm broken but spread like briefs, and whisper justice with gritted teeth. Every tear's an audition tape for her next daddy with the courtroom cape. Daddy issues, cry and grind, sucking on trauma like a vintage wine. Wants a man with cash and a cross to bear, so she can fake heal while riding that chair. She calls it healing. He calls it deposit. Message the lawyer, thanks for the talk. Then sent a tit pic with the Bible block. Says she's in therapy and he's the cure. Now she got him risking that legal allure. He asked for dates, she gave him tears. Said you like my dad, but less with the beer. She don't want love, she wants the bill. With trauma, foreplay, and a gag or the thrill. I just need a safe space and 600-hour counseling. You remind me of my childhood, minus the jail time. Is your retainer flexible? So am I. Daddy issues, plead and pout. She cries and briefs, then blows it out. All right, she's on the stand with trauma lips and a throat on demand. She's not healing, she's hustling hard, grinding guilt like a credit card. Each new case is a casting couch, and each new daddy gets milk for clout. She don't need hugs, she needs a fee, and a man old enough to have keys to DC. So she'll sniff your pain, cry in bed, then file a suit while giving head. She says she's searching for peace and a power dim in a trauma tale. That's the villain until he Venmo's rent. Smile, Daddy, you're in her next exhibit.
We'll keep that. We'll keep that. That was a good one. You're in our next exhibit. You crazy little minx, you. Oh my God. I have too much fun with this. You know that? I just have way too much fun. All right, let's get this let's get back to this document here because it's crazy. That was a good musical interlude for you fine folks. I'm glad you got to enjoy some of that. let's back boy back up. Oh, God. All right. All right. I had a telephone contact with victim Clayton Eckert on 4/29 of 2025 at approximately 2:30. This phone contact was audio recorded, and the following is a summary. I began by telling Clayton that I was receiving some information, working on a report, and that I had some questions. I asked if Laura contacted him about a week prior to their meeting. Clayton said that it was a week or two. I asked if he recalled the exact date. Clayton told me that Laura reached out to him on LinkedIn, and he could find the date through that, and he could trace it with his text messages. I said, I understand that she contacted him on LinkedIn and asked how soon after that she made phone contact. Clayton said that it was pretty quick after because he had given her his cell number for that purpose of viewing homes. Clayton said that they began texting right after the LinkedIn contact. Clayton felt that they texted for a couple of weeks and then she came to his home that one night. I said that I understand that Laura Owens sent him a provocative photo of some type. Clayton said that she sent him a photo of her butt, not nude, but in spandex shorts or something like that. I asked Clayton if he still had that picture. Clayton indicated that he could locate it on his computer. I asked what Laura was doing in the picture aside from what she was wearing. Clayton said that she wasn't doing anything lewd. She was just showing off her shape. There was no nudity or anything like that. I asked if she was by a pool, by the stables, or in her home. Clayton could not recall the background. Clayton asked if he could pull the image from his computer. I indicated so. Clayton also asked if I wanted timelines on the first LinkedIn message. I said yes. When she first contacted him on LinkedIn and when they had the first phone contact. I asked Clayton if he knows what the date was when Laura took the pregnancy test at his home. Clayton said he could identify it from the timestamp on the photo, but does not know it off the top of his head. I asked if this was the one that she took in his bathroom. Clayton said yes. I told Clayton that when we first spoke, he mentioned that he thought Chris Lane may have been a victim or a witness of some type. I told Clayton that he was on an earlier season of The Bachelor and he thought that he may have been a victim or a witness. Clayton said there was a guy, but he didn't think his last name was Lane. He said he was picturing a different guy. Clayton told me that there was a guy that had interacted with her that was on The Bachelorette. She tried to make advances and he shot her down. It never became a thing. Clayton said that he never knew Chris Lane and that he thinks it may have been some other guy. The other guy never engaged with her. Smart man. Do not engage with crazy. Was that the horse one? No, that wasn't the horse one. I asked Clayton to send me the information with the dates when he has the opportunity. I asked Clayton if he lost any jobs or any money due to this. Clayton said that he had one documented deal that he lost. Clayton said that it was a skincare company and they stopped responding to him. Well, more than likely because of his time on The Bachelor, they were looking for him to, model. I've never met Clayton. I've seen pictures of him. I guess he has that kind of face that, could possibly, do some modeling if they wanted him to, and then a little bit of influence if you were, that is somewhat of a profile. So this is with Clayton, who was on The Bachelor. So being on The Bachelor would be a little bit of a profile, and it could be, him just speaking or whatever, because whatever. Women might find him attractive. I don't know. Doesn't turn me on. I'm not that kind of guy. Sorry. He's not my type. She tried to make advances. He shot her down. I asked Clayton to send me the information with the dates when he has the opportunity. I asked Clayton if he has lost any jobs or money. They stopped responding to him. Clayton reached out to see why they stopped. They sent him an email indicating that they were going to pull the partnership in light of the allegations. I asked Clayton to send me the email. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Because people are making allegations of something like this, this is interfering with his business. Because, yes, he is a public personality. But whenever somebody's making allegations, the same shit happened in Johnny Depp. You know, they started, whenever Amber Heard was making allegations about Johnny Depp, all the allegations that she was making, that he was violent, that he was beating her, that you know, in my opinion, after seeing some of that stuff, I think that he was very pissed off at the way that she was acting immature, that she was causing problems, that she was videotaping. She would start shit and then she would videotape it to get a reaction out of him. What her purpose was for this, I have no idea, but it's definitely the same kind of pattern. I hate to do this, but your medicine is starting to kick your backside. Really struggling to stay awake. I'm going to have to say goodnight. You sleep well, Tammy. It was good to see you. Rest well. The kitty will struggle snuggle with you. So have a good one, Tammy. I asked Clayton to send me the email. Now, I mean, this is crazy because, you know, the bad things that these people are doing, 100% with the depth that trial was crazy. Absolutely. Now, was Johnny Depp the picture perfect person? No, I'm sure that with his you know, amount of drinking that he was doing, and probably the drugs weren't helping a whole lot. You know, and he was probably not the nicest person all the damn time. But I don't think that he rose to the level of the kind of shit that she was making up. And some of this was outrageous shit. You know, to the point where, you know, whenever you get her on the stand and her talking about this, like how quickly a lot of her bullshit was debunked. And see, that's why people like Tug was so important, to be able to show the behavior, the patterns. See, the crap that got published in England she won in England in that lawsuit. You have to remember that she won that. Well, really wasn't her that won, because his suit was against the Sun. Okay. You have to remember that whenever Johnny Depp went after this stuff in England, it wasn't against Amber Heard. It was what the Sun published in the UK, in Europe, which, that, from what I understand, that judge was pretty close with, or had some relationship with the Sun. I don't know all the details of it. Tug could probably tell you a lot more about that than I could. But I know that shit was absolutely crazy. Like, the Sun won that case, and he brought suit here in the US against her. And then she countersued. And it all came out, the crazy that she was doing. Now, this is, I think that this right here, you know, was the beginning of debunking the whole Me Too movement, of women coming out and saying and making accusations against men, false allegations against men. And this really, I think, helped Clayton quite a bit. Because there's nothing worse than for something bad to happen to a woman. That is, women, children, you know, being abused that way is never, ever good. And society in general agrees that this is not good. Men should not be beaten on women, shouldn't be beaten on children, shouldn't be hurting children, shouldn't be hurting women in a sexual manner. All of that is bad. And whenever people make false allegations, it is a slap in the face, a spit in the face. It is a beat down on all the people that have been abused. it 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 hurts them so much because it makes it harder for people to be able to believe that somebody has been sexually abused or sexually assaulted whenever there's so many false allegations. Those false allegations hurt the actual victims of those crimes. And that's one thing that Tug, Kada, all of the whole Law 2 portion were pointing out. Nobody thinks that stuff is okay. But whenever there's false allegations, that makes it harder for the true victims to be able to see, just exactly how bad it hurts the people that have been hurt. Hey, Miss Marie. Well, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate your membership. And trust me, it's an easy membership to keep up with. And this next week, I will be giving out some free gifted memberships to people, but not tonight. There has to be consequences. Yes, there has to be consequences. The people that are false accusers, because no, the false accusers are bad. 100% shield maiden. I love that. It's that, and it breaks my heart because I've known a couple of people that have been victims of abuse. Good evening, Hal. OGAI. Good evening. I love it. I love that you changed your name to OGAI. I love that. That's awesome. And I did get your message. I'll get back to you possibly tonight. And we'll talk. I won't get online again. I'll just send you a message. I did see it. It was late. I was busy, but I'll get back to you on that. But here's the thing. If somebody's abused, they truly need to have the support of community around them and people supporting them with that. And whenever you're making false allegations, those should be pointed out, called out, and absolutely just destroyed. I have a friend who was accused. He went through hell. Right. And that's what we don't want. We don't want people that are being accused that never did anything. Survivors and abused women who've truly lost babies, who can have babies, all of them are hurt over and over and ignored. Exactly. And it's so bad. It really is. And that's not what you want. That's not where you want society to go. You don't want that kind of stuff happening, because if there's women out there that have been hurt by, an abusive partner, that you don't want that happening at all. And we've seen women that are just as abusive towards men. They will do the most cruel things to men, and it's more mental than anything else. I've seen it happen on both sides of the fence there. Anyhow, we'll get back to this. I asked Clayton to send me the email. I asked if there was a position with a suicide support group. Clayton said that it was a mental health group, and Laura was trying to stop him from speaking, saying that he was a deadbeat dad and that he didn't care about her mental health. Clayton said that he wasn't getting paid for that. Clayton said concerning the money that he lost, it would be under $10,000. He said that he couldn't get a lot of places to respond. The companies would not respond back, and they wouldn't tell him why. I asked about Dancing with the Stars. Clayton said that he really didn't think he was in contention for that. Clayton said that he would send me the information via email. So even Clayton is sitting there going, yeah, Dancing with the Stars, he might have two left feet, and he's just like, I'm clumsy or whatever. There's no way I want to do Dancing with the Stars. Trust me, Clayton, take up some dancing. You will appreciate it. You'll lose a lot of that clumsiness and the awkwardness. Once you start dancing, you'll figure it out. Clayton said that he would send me the information via email. I received an email from Clayton on April 29th containing the PDF file, date of pregnancy, test sent, figure 1, first contact, figure 2, first contact via LinkedIn, figure 3, lost skincare brand, deal 1, and the provocative video, figure 5, see below. After reviewing the email messages, I noted that the LinkedIn contact was on May 17th, 2023. The first text exchange also began on May 17th, 2023. The date of the event at Clayton's home was May 20th. The text message to Clayton with the pregnancy announcement was on June 1st, 2023. Let's see. Please check your email from Laura. I'm pregnant, went to the doctor today, have explained everything in the email that confirms it's yours. Hi, Clayton. Oh, this was on the June 1st. So the first message, hi, Clayton. Hi, Clayton. It's Laura Owens from LinkedIn. Super eager to get started investing and already connected with a hard money lender who will fund 85% LTV once I find the right properties. I'm especially interested in 852454. If you know anything. Hey, Laura, if you can, please send back over to me the following information. This will help me get a much better idea of what you're after. And sends the information, preferred location, Scottsdale only, prefer this or this. So she's talking about these right here are zip codes in Scottsdale, I believe, are for investments. Also looking for, but she also says, as you can see, it was 2 days ago, but it's today. And then he shows all the LinkedIn stuff, which is, hey, I'm looking to connect with sober-minded entrepreneurs in Scottsdale. I see that you work for Zabak Group, and I actually contacted them recently. They were going to connect me with someone who could help me in investment properties, but haven't yet. Let me know if you can help. Now, here's the thing. Hey, Laura, I'm all in for building connections with good people in Scottsdale. So this was Laura that sent this right here. Now, he said that he looked into this and they've never heard from her office, is what he was saying. We found that information out. Yes, men have been abused. Shield Maiden's comment when Tug was on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Shield Maiden's pretty solid. Oh, my God. Yeah, it makes those who've been reluctant to report. Right. So right here, she lied in this right here, because according to Clayton, he reached out to his company, which was, I believe at the time, I don't know if it still is, was Zabak Group, and they never heard of her. She never reached out to them at all. Hi, Sydney. Thanks for checking in here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cancel the appointment on 10/3 and forego the partnership. We are concerned about continuing this partnership due to the events that have just come to light. I hope you can understand. We wish Clayton the best. Thank you. Yeah. Could you imagine getting that right there? Could you imagine you're sitting there going, the stuff that we're hearing, that he hurt somebody like that. Yeah, that's loss right there. And this, of course, is her sending her picture of herself in spandex, nothing provocative. Yeah, so there's your horse picture that you were asking about. That's what you were right. It is a horse picture. Her trying to show her butt or something. There's no other information at this time. Maricopa County submittal form says, right, it's just basically given the filing codes. You didn't watch much of the Depp Heard stuff? Oh my gosh. Oh, Heather May. I will tell you, go back and watch. Well, if you get a little bit extra time in your day, and you want to see some really, really interesting court stuff, like really, really interesting court stuff, and how bad a false accuser can be, go back and pull up the Depp trial. You can have the YouTube commentary behind it. You can pull up Nick Ricchetti. You can pull up Tug. I think even Megan Fox was involved in covering it. I think I covered a good portion of it. That was after the fact. It was probably a year later. You can go back and you can pull up that Depp Heard stuff, and oh my God, it is amazing. Yeah. Wait, you mean the thirsty woman reached out to a man she wanted to date, bypassing the normal methods of purchasing real estate? That's just unheard of. Sorry, crack yourself up. That's right, Real Rabbit. That is so right. Oh my God. That's awesome. I love it. You're killing me. Killing me. Oh, yes, men too have been abused. He Shield made his comment when Tug was on. Yeah. Yeah. On 7/3/2024, I conducted an interview with Greg Gillespie. The interview was audio recorded and saved to the server. The following is a summary of the interview, although not verbatim. For additional information, please refer to the recording. Greg explained he met Laura Owens when she connected with him on a dating app June 30th, 2021. A couple of days later, they decided to go on a date. Greg described the first date as a fairly normal experience, but did say Laura was pushing to come back to his house. Greg and Laura went on a second date the next day. He said it went well. They went out for a couple of hours and went back to his house. Greg and Laura engaged in sexual intercourse while at his house. He said they used a condom, and Laura told him she was on birth control. Greg and Laura went out one more time, after which he dropped her off at home. From that time on, they communicated over text messages and emails, except for a meeting on July 4th. This is when Greg told Laura that he was not interested in dating her. Laura then started to text Greg excessively during the next 13 days in an attempt to get him to change his mind. Greg realized that he was not dealing with a normal person. Through text message, he told Laura if she kept contacting him, he was going to block her number. This worked for about 24 hours, and Laura started contacting him again. Around the 14th day, Laura sent Greg a picture of a positive pregnancy test. Eventually, she would state that she was having twins. Greg knew it was not possible Laura was pregnant with his children. He said he used a condom, and when he ejaculated, he pulled the condom off and ejaculated on Laura's back. Greg got up. Oh my God, sorry. Greg got up to get a towel for Laura, which he says took only a few seconds. When he returned, Laura was clean, and she said she already took care of it. Greg felt this was strange and thought she may have tried to shove a little bit of semen in her JJ. Greg said his mind was spinning and he started to look things up, but he felt that it was not possible she was pregnant. Eventually, the subject of an abortion came up, but Laura had some stipulations about it. She would have the abortion if they could date long-term and eventually have children the right way. Laura sent Greg an ultrasound around August 4th, 2021. Greg performed a reverse Google image search and found the original ultrasound. It belongs to Stormy Mitchell, who posted it on her blog. Greg also noticed Laura manipulated the ultrasound to say 3 months and 0 days, and the original says 3 months and 2 days. Laura denied sending the ultrasound to Greg. However, he called her after she sent it to him and recorded the conversation. Greg says during the conversation, Laura can be heard telling him to look at the ultrasound. She also claimed the ultrasound showed twins. During their civil court case, Laura says that Greg sent the ultrasound to himself and hacked her computer to make it look like she sent it. Greg and his attorney attempted to use this ultrasound to show that Laura was lying about her pregnancy. Greg said Laura supposedly took abortion pills prior to sending him the ultrasound. She claimed he forced her to take them. She also claimed the ultrasound shows twins, but one of them was dying because of the abortion pills she took. Greg told me he did not see her take the pills, and he did not believe Laura ever took any of those abortion pills. I asked Greg if Laura wanted anything else from him besides a relationship. He told me she wanted money. He said she didn't want a lot of money, but she kept threatening him with paying child support and for her mental health issues that may have come out of this situation. Greg said Laura sued him for $45,000. He said she was asking for money and a guarantee that he would love her and marry her in 2 years. Just a question, has she been psychologically evaluated? Not that I know of. Not that I know of, little Miss Red Velvet. I think she has been Baker acted though. No, that's Lips, sorry. Greg blocked Laura from calling him, but she kept calling him from different phone numbers that she would use that she would make using different apps. Every time he blocked her, she would make threats that he was going to have to pay her child support for the next 18 years. She also contacted his mom, his dad, and sister. I asked Greg about an attorney in California that Laura knows. Greg told me Laura fabricated emails between her and this attorney, Joe Cotchett, and sent them to Greg. Greg believes it was Laura's way of bullying him to get him to comply with what she wanted. Now, Greg's attorney reached out to Joe Cotchett's law firm. They responded by saying they do not represent Laura. Greg said Laura was trying to get him to sign a contract to make him date her. I bet this was all laid out for her in a Planned Parenthood pamphlet. Could be true. That could be true. Like, this is how you get a man to date you. Make sure that you get his phone number and give him a call and call him months and months and months of okay, I don't care. Make sure that you give him calls and you harass him endlessly until he becomes compliant with what you need from him. Because what you need is you need to make sure that he loves you like nobody else. Hold on, I got it. I'm starting to get cold. It is freezing in Georgia, and I'm sitting in a room that's getting very cold right now. Maybe it's because it's like 15 degrees outside or some shit like that. Yeah. Heat. Heat. There we go. I can feel it. It'll start kicking on here in a second. I'll feel some heat. But other than that, man, it's so damn cold in here. Now she just called me out. Oh, Shield Maiden 1960 will do now that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll called out. Yeah, Libby's good people, man. Libby's good people. I asked how he found out about Michael Maricini. He told me that when Laura set the ultrasound, he felt like she was using a blueprint. It made him feel like she had done this before. Greg began Googling Laura's name, and within an hour, he found out about Michael's case. Greg's attorney researched the case and found out it also involved an alleged fake twin pregnancy. Greg reached out to Michael via Instagram, but he did not get a response. Eventually, Greg did meet Michael because of the case involving Clayton Eckert. He said that they did not discuss their cases, and what he knows about Michael's case is from what he heard on a podcast and also what he found out from his attorney. Greg told me Laura was only able to show a urine test to prove she may be pregnant. He does not think she was ever pregnant, believes she manipulated the urine test to show she's pregnant. This concluded my interview with Greg. He agreed to provide me with all the records retained regarding his case. Miss Marie, I feel like this is how Mom got her man. She's just like, yeah, that's how it's done. And if you swallow, that's how you get twins. Yeah. Ask Bill Clinton. Report case. Greg Gillespie forwarded me multiple emails sent to him from Laura. Greg saved these emails to document the situation between him and Laura. Greg retained counsel to defend himself from the lawsuit she filed against him because he would not agree to date her. The following are emails in blue Laura sent to Greg over 3 months after he blocked her 10 times. A brief summary is written after each email. Laura Owens, Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. To Greg Gillespie, Maricopa County Superior Court case. I had total trust in you to keep your word, but I am pretty sure you aren't at this point, which is devastating given the circumstances. certain circumstances. I don't know why it's so hard for me to accept you, or maybe just selfish and awful. But I truly don't understand how a person could have sent me the messages and conveyed to me such a genuineness if it wasn't all a lie. It's extremely hard to know what is ahead and to go through this alone. I would be willing to file for a pretrial dismissal, withdraw my documents like the one attached, because as it stands, they are public record and anyone can view them. If you do it before your 20 days and or you file a response, I don't think it's possible. I would only know that you do if you were somehow having a mental breakdown from the stress and now intended to be who you said you were going to be. I don't want it to affect your employment or whatever in the future. This is not at all my intention. If you were really just lending me on like $45,000 doesn't come close to the unnecessary guilt and anguish you have caused and continue to cause me. I would much rather have your word support than your money. I've been discussing this with 2 attorneys and they have not picked between them or may have 2. One is the canon lawyer because this case has a lot to do with decisions based on the faith. I never forced you into a relationship as there was always the option of me going my own way. But if you were forcing me to have an abortion, if you truly thought I was a psychopath and I was going to bail, why would you have waited till the day after I took abortion pills to block me? It was because you didn't want a child. You intentionally misled me to go against my own morals, which I told you would destroy me for your own personal benefit. Again, this is by nowhere near all the evidence. You told me to trust you 68 times. You told me that you hadn't changed your mind about what you wanted and what your answer about the future us hadn't changed 74 times. My vast number of texts to you were because A, I didn't want to make the right call about an abortion, and B, I didn't trust you would keep your word. They only further prove that I had reason to doubt you. There has never been a doubt of paternity whatsoever, and I'm not ashamed of myself for anything that I said or did. I don't know why I'm allowing you another chance to be the guy I thought you were, but I am. Like you said, you love the quote, when people show who they are, believe them. I so badly want to believe you are the guy I met and convinced me of our great future together, because that doesn't seem like the same person as now. It would be way easier for me to comprehend stress and depression than you being selfish, cowardly, pathological liar. I don't hear from you about this email, but tonight I will have my process server contact your work and get it. Get it. Damn it. Gotta hide that. And get it myself. You can look up the case on Maricopa Superior Court website. Laura Owens. This email references a civil complaint. The complaint detailed a claim that Greg owed Laura the sum of $45,000 for coercing her into having an abortion. She also makes it a point to bring up Greg's job and says she will have a process server contact his place of work. That is a threat. That right there is a threat. Saying, hey, I'm calling you out. I am going to have, love Miss Velvet. Oh, yeah. Vocal fry fridge. Vocal fries. I can't do the vocal fry. I can't even attempt it. I'm not as good as Tug at that, where he can just kick into that vocal fry. And my voice is naturally sounds fried anyway. So I just can't do it. I can't do it. Trish, I have heard them and asked for more. Oh yeah, there's always more. Whenever you're asking for Yamaha, just have you know that there will always be more from Yamaha. You have not heard the last of him. Especially if you really want to hear Yama at his best, go back and watch some of the Sunday Spice with Yamaha. I've got a whole series of Sunday Spice. You will get more Yamaha than you expected to ever get. So good. So good. So good. I should probably relabel those, retag them or something like that. So that way he gets more recognition, because that man has some silky smooth voice. He gets my urinary tract all like worked up. My uterus starts working again. It's so glorious. They've done that. Yeah, those are good stuff. But you know what I think you guys need? I think you guys need another song, because that last one, that one hurt. All right, let's see. We are on track 9. Now, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. Oh yeah, yeah, I know exactly which one this is, because you remember, I'm listening but zoning, the bug spread and my voice is screwed. It'll be okay. Yeah, I know that feeling. But there was a time, now you remember, if you guys have followed anything with Laura Owens, she got booked into the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. And her booking photo had, it was interesting, let's put it that way. And so what we managed to do is we managed to get a song out of that, because what's better than writing a song about something and something that somebody else prints out whenever they misidentify you or a man.
Please step forward, sir. Ma'am. Hey, this ain't Glamour Shots, bitch. It's Central Booking. She said, I'm a lady, the clerk said where, with a 5 o'clock shadow and a meth head stare. Tried to pout, but the lip got stuck, and the lash glue quit after trying its luck. Turned left and they flinched at the jawline blur. State your sex, she said yes sir. Filed her nails with a court summons slip, and posed like mugshot couture on a sinking ship. Oops, all mugshots, pick your pose. Duck face drag with a method nose. Booked for fraud but dressed for sin, with sideburns stronger than her case could win. She said miss, the system said mister. A mistake, said she was framed, but the real crime, that eyeliner maim. Showed up dolled in a clearance wig, but the cop said, sir, step back, you're big. Tried to smile like she's Tyra's twin, but the cam picked up Beard's double chin. Said I'm being silenced, book mid-rant, with the dick print shadow in her yoga pants.
Oh, sure. Do you identify as male or female? Bitch, I identify as misunderstood with extensions. Code 6, mugshot gave me gender whiplash.
Oops, all mugshots can't pick a lane. Booked in heels, still looking insane. Fake ID, real testosterone. Got charged of misgender before the dawn. She cried, discrimination. They just said, damn. She wanted drama, not corrections, ink. Now she's the meme with the toilet stink. Flipped her hair, it flipped back slow, and the cop said, ma'am, that's a bro. Caught in 4K, captioned them with a face that screams county gem. One last shot, chin up high. She blinked it, posted, and now she's got. She said, this is defamation. The mugshot said, nah, bitch, that's illumination. And the caption read, Miss Court, misgender, mugshot magic.
Y'all are too funny. We love you, y'all. We love you, brother. We love you, brother. You're good. You're good to us. Shield Maiden, hot toddy, and whiskey, hit lemon, and honey, great. But see, the trick to doing a hot toddy, you got to get a couple of whole cloves, dried whole cloves, and you put them into that ice hot water. So what you do is you use 2 ounces of hot water, 1 ounce of some whiskey, and you put some cloves, some lemon, some honey, and you have a nice thing called a hot toddy. I know because I learned how to make a hot toddy for my wife while we were on vacation because she started getting sick. And trust me, it is so tasty. It is so tasty that my wife finished one of those and was out like a damn light, just gone. She was like done and done. But yeah, if you're looking to do with a little bit of the alcohol in there, and it will, if you're non-alcoholic, then you can do that with just some boiling water, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of honey, that you don't even notice the whiskey if it's there. But if you're doing non-alcoholic, you can do a hot toddy also. It'd be more like we'll probably add a little more lemon to it. That's cool. Ian seems like good people. Ian. I know it. I know Ian. Runkle is in Ian, I think. Ooh. Let's do this. All right, we'll get back into the document here, and let's see if I can continue on with my vocal fries. My vocal fries. All right, let's do this. Here we go. This email references civil complaint, CV, blah, blah, coercion or having, okay, another one from Laura Owens, Thursday, August 12th, 2021. Official case documents. Hi, Greg. The Circle Lighting informed me that this is a correct email for you. I'm attached the official documents for the case, which means service. Although in order to cover my bases, you will be served with paper copies of everything tonight. You can view more of the case if you make an account on turbocourt.com. I also wanted to let you know that after I went to the clinic this morning, I found out I'm still pregnant. I know this is only going to create more challenges because I'm not going to proceed with an abortion under false pretenses and will instead trust that this child was meant to be born regardless of any potential defects. I would have had respect for you, and I had gone out on just a few dates. I never would have proceeded with a lawsuit if that happened. You did this intentionally twice, and you knew this would cause extreme emotional distress for me, which is something you didn't want to deal with, so you blocked me. I texted you throughout the day because I was weighing my options. I didn't trust you to keep your word and wanted reassurance. The legal advice I've gotten so far has adamantly been go full steam ahead with the lawsuit. No rhyming with B. File a criminal lawsuit and not give you another chance because they don't think that someone who manipulated me is healthy to be with. I am so defensive of you, and I know I shouldn't be. They have said your lack of response to the many chances I have given you is equivalent to your admission of guilt. I keep saying that I think you meant what you said and are cooling off. As I've said so many times, if you meant to prove that you intend to keep your word, I will completely drop this before we get a court date. Laura. In this email, Laura acknowledges again Greg blocked her from contacting him. She expresses she is experiencing emotional distress, but she is willing to drop the lawsuit if Greg keeps his word. She wants Greg to date her. Laura Owens, Friday, August 13th, 2021. To Greg. Charges going forward. Hey, sweet chicks. I just wanted to ask you one last time if you wanted to keep all the promises that you made me. And if so, I will voluntarily dismiss all charges and agree not to file anything again, regardless of the outcome. Now, at any point during this process, you could have said, oh, that's too much to ask, dude. Like, I'm out. You didn't take that opportunity, though. You kept telling me that you would keep your word and then afterwards made horrible statements to me about how crazy I was for wanting what you told me you wanted. The key here is that you waited until after I took the pills and that when you had every opportunity to tell me your real feelings during the process. Our relationship was not under normal circumstances whatsoever. It wasn't like we just dated and I asked you to be together with huge expectation when you weren't ready. That would definitely not constitute a lawsuit. In our case, though, we created a human life that I want to carry to term, and you manipulated me into doing that. I set very high expectations because I wanted to know that you weren't not going to leave me like all the rest. You knew exactly the impact an abortion would have on me. You brought this on yourself. At this point, I need to know that I proceeded with this for a reason. As of this morning, I'm still pregnant with just a single baby, not two. And I will not terminate unless you keep your word. I have wanted to. Oh, I still wanted to and still want to go out with you because I want to believe that you meant what you told me so many times and that I didn't make this decision because of empty promises and extreme pressure from you. If not, I have been advised to file criminal charges against you for fraud, where I could easily establish my case. The elements needed for this charge are to establish misrepresentation of fact by someone who knows that the presented facts are false. In addition, that person should rely on the misrepresentation to cause injury or losses to someone else. I looked up the law, brother. It's a Class 2 felony that carries probation to 1 year in jail or prison sentence. I did not want to go that route at all. No. But I will if things are as they appear to be right now. And that you, Mr. Man, that you wanted me to get an abortion at all costs, knowing the impact it would have on me. I don't want to spend another minute on this because I know neither of us will have the time. I absolutely will if needed. All I want is what you told me you wanted if I got an abortion. A real, genuine relationship. Where even though we have no idea if it works in the end or not, we really try. Let me know what you want and if not, I don't have any moral issues proceeding with killing you with the civil and criminal level. You can text me or call me whenever you would like. Laura. In this email, Laura threatens to file criminal charges. In addition to the civil lawsuit, if Greg does not agree to a real genuine relationship, she claims to still be pregnant with a single baby. She previously claimed to have twins. Another one, Laura Owens, Friday, August 13th, to Greg. Charges going forward. Hey there, sweet Jace. I just wanted to ask you one last time if you wanted to keep all the promises that you made to me, and if so, I will voluntarily dismiss all charges and agree not to file anything, regardless of the outcome. At any point during this process, you could have said, "Whoa, babe, that's too much to ask. I'm out. You didn't take that opportunity, though." You kept telling me that you'd keep your word, then afterwards made horrible statements to me about how crazy I was. I'm not crazy. What you told me you wanted. The key here is that you waited until after I took the pills when you had every opportunity to tell me your real feelings during the process. Oh, this is the same one. Oh, this email was sent twice at 12:13, 12:38. This is the same as the previous email. Good thing I scrolled down. That would have been painful. Laura Owens, Sunday, August 15th, 2021, 11:15. Hi, sweet cheeks. The process server has tried to serve you twice and said you were home on both occasions, but chose not to answer the door. He took photos both times. Now, he is an officer of the court. If you don't answer on his third attempt, we will have to go to the court to get an order to post the proof of service on your door, just like I do everything. It doesn't look good for you to the court when you know these documents are coming all over me, but you are choosing not to receive them. I think I have found representation for the case and I'm waiting to make a decision until if I hear back from you. Joe Cotchett is an attorney in California who's also licensed to practice federally and across state lines. Full disclosure, bitch. He is also a close family friend who said I should have filed for more money and additional charges. I have told my family that I spoke with him. He has known me since I was a little kid. He knows my character and he totally, completely believes me when I say that you're like the only person I slept with since my ex and I broke up in early February of last year. Now, here's the notes I took. I sent them our entire text history directly from AT&T records, including my many texts, my hundreds of thousands of texts to you. He said that my communication to you was completely valid given the situation, that I gave you several opportunities to bow out of the situation without consequences so long as I was able to continue with the pregnancy. Now, he agreed that you were trying to trap me by not answering the door and taking a photo of me checking on you when you said you had COVID. And I was concerned for your well-being. He said that you were dating someone then or even now. That is further testament to the fact that you didn't intend to keep your promises and that it looks very bad for you. He also said that my texts after the medical abortion were not harassment given your promises to me, that any reasonable person would have reacted the same way. He said that regardless of if I was the one who took the pills or not, your behavior was manipulation. He also said that one of my dad's closest friends did not appreciate that when I poured my heart out to you about his medical issues and me wanting you to meet him if you were serious. You said, understood. That was not okay if those were your intentions. My hesitancy in hiring him is that he would want to talk about this to the media, because that's what attorneys do. They just bring things right up to the media because only he thinks it would be a landmark case. You aren't the first guy to coerce a girl into an abortion. He thinks there should be legal consequences for men who do not prevent it from happening. I have attached notes from my visit with one medical on Friday confirming my pregnancy with likely defects. I asked them for a note for your sake that I could also use as evidence if we keep going this way. Your bad behavior, bad boy. On the call we had on 7/16 with the nurse practitioner was also noted, and she would testify on my behalf in court. Does she really think that just one twin will get zapped from the pills? Yes, Marissa. That's why she was supposed to take 2, but she only took 1. 1 for baby 1, 1 for baby 2. Because she is a smart one. Here are more texts from me telling you you did not want an abortion if it weren't for you and my expectations. Look, here's my iCloud photo. I have many people who will testify about my character, including men I have dated. I have dated so many men, and my character was flawless. What about the ones that didn't work out with? Or they were just like, no, you're fucking crazy. And how the anxiety I showed in text messages was very unlike me and clearly as a result of extreme stress. Please let me know if you read any of my emails and if you have thought more about whether or not you want to keep your promise. Your lack of response looks even more favorable to my side since it shows that you did not intend to ever keep your word. This isn't about me being better or about regular relationship and you ghosting me and just leaving me to die on my own. It's about me being destroyed, that you had me get an abortion under total false pretenses, and now I can't undo the damage. I have not asked you for a commitment to marriage. I have asked for you to give a real shot, like in the face this time, like you claimed you wanted, and drop this for good, waiving my rights to try this again. You can call me, email, text me, or I will continue with this, which is the last thing I want to do, Mr. Man. I want you to call me back. Text me. Say something. In this email, Laura tells Greg she may retain Joe Pratchett as her counsel regarding her civil case. She also says Joe told her she could ask for money and additional charges. She tells Greg that Joe would want to go to the media with the case, and at the end of the email, Laura makes it clear she will drop the litigation if Greg dates her. Laura also attached a note from One Medical. Lisa Daniels, PAC, wrote a summary of Laura's recent visit. The note indicates Laura is pregnant. Greg believes Laura fabricated this note on 8/14/2024. I contacted Lisa Daniels. She is still working for One Medical. Lisa confirmed that she did not write the "your pregnancy" note dated August 13th, 2021 at 4:31 p.m. that Laura sent to Greg. Ooh. Faking notes, faking little letters like that. Hello, I'm brand new here, but have been following this demon and her bullshit for a while. Well, thank you very much, Clara Fisher. And yes, she is an absolute demon. And there are some demons out there, and we just don't know how to explain to the rest of the people. Okay, I'm thinking now, I can't fix her. Do not give her my phone number, email. Do not expose me to this crazy biatch. And please, thank you. Thank you, real red shirt. Appreciate you. Joking aside, this is shocking lies. Yes, it is, and that's the problem with the whole Laura Owens part, is the amount of horrible stuff that she was doing. These little messages that she's sending. These, oh, you do X, Y, or Z. They all come off as threatening. She's the one that cannot be fixed. Yeah, she cannot be fixed. It is far beyond my comprehension of how someone could possibly ever be this bad. Oh, and it won't be long before she does start throwing the whole God piece in there. I'm sure she will, because she's already mentioned to her morals. Laura Owens, Friday, August 20th, Greg Gillespie, pregnancy update. Hey, Greg, sweet chicks. I don't know if you got my emails, but like I said, the court said I need to make every effort to contact you before filing for alternative service, which should be approved today. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I just got back from the obstetricians, and I am indeed pregnant with a baby that has grown. It is not just pea size anymore. It has gotten so huge in my belly. It didn't grow much, which isn't a great thing in terms of how healthy he or she will be, but the fact that there is growth at all means that it's still viable. The doctor said that she would be very surprised if there wasn't some sort of deformity or abnormality considering the abortion pills. Well, I only took one of them. She will probably be offered a plea deal. Sadly, she deserves jail time. No, Kiwi Crypt. No, that is not true. She will not be offered a plea deal. I don't believe that for 1 second. I doubt that she will be offered any sort of plea deal. The reason I say that is because this whole thing was brought up by the judge. Judge Mata is the one that referred this to the state's attorney. Now, they might offer plea deals on some of the other cases that she's on. I believe it's in California. But as far as is Arizona, no, I don't think they're going to be looking at any sort of plea deal. She is going to end up serving time. lying in a courtroom, perjuring yourself in a courtroom, they will take her money. Speaking of taking your money, thank you, Miss Marie. Date me, Gregory Pooh, or I'll sue. If that's true love me, it never find me. Woe is me. Thank you, Miss Marie. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. The real red shirt, good decision. Not only can she not be fixed, I don't think she wants to be fixed, and she doesn't think she is doing anything wrong. Anyway, yes, that is good news if she stays in Arizona. Yes, she is in Arizona. I don't see a plea deal coming out of this one because she was warned plenty of times that lying would cause all kinds of problems, and her lies are starting to catch up with her. One of the reasons why I think she's filing for bankruptcy is to try to get all of the other cases stayed that are up against her. We've seen this before. Won't be the first time, won't be the last. Anyway, considering I haven't heard from you at all about keeping your promises to me. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, yep, here it is. I would feel guilty for doing that if God wants the baby to be born. We'll call him Damien. Considering that I haven't heard from you at all about keeping your promises to me, I'm going to presume you just selfishly made up whatever you could to get me to take the pills with no intention of keeping your word. That has left me absolutely devastated and will more likely mean a more difficult life for our baby. He'll be born with 3 legs and 2 arms and maybe 15 toes and like 3 fingers. He'll be walking around on his hands. He'll be so weird. To be honest, I'm actually really surprised and stunned that it didn't work. I must be very strong and powerful. I expected to go today to be told that the abortion was successful, but you know that whether or not the pregnancy was still active doesn't have anything to do with why I filed for this. Regardless of my results, I still would have felt the same. You manipulated me into taking abortion pills to get your way, even though you didn't plan to keep your promises at all. Given today and the challenges that I'm guessing we would experience over the next 18 years and beyond, I wanted to ask you one more time, date me, baby. If that were the case, I would also keep my promise to you and not have the child. I obviously would drop the lawsuit. I would not feel guilty as doing the surgical abortion if I knew it were actually because of a joint decision made with good intentions. It might seem ridiculous that I would even consider dating after all of this, me suing you and shit. But you know what you did with the lying and the ghosting on me was completely inexcusable, like I said. But I would never pursue this if it weren't for the fact that I was absolutely positive the child was yours. You don't have to love me. You just got to date me. Today really changed everything because I realized that this is going to change my life dramatically. And even if you don't want any sort of custody, I would definitely file for child support, especially since whatever the abortion pills cause would mean more money in medical expenses. Unlike you did with me, you can't ghost the lawsuit or financial responsibilities for a baby. The government will garnish your wages if you don't pay it. So at least I would be accountable for everything. I will have to contact your family for a DNA test soon so that I can file for prenatal child support. I am so upset. You can text me if you change your mind on what you want to do. All right. And no nos. And no nos. Yeah. that wasn't her child. That's the worst part about it. The pictures she's sending to him weren't even of her child. In this email, Laura expresses her desire to date Greg. She even tells him she would be open to a surgical abortion if he still wanted to date her. She also tells him she would drop a lawsuit. Laura makes it clear if he does not date her, she will file for child support, have his wages garnished, and contact his family for a DNA test. Oh, yes. This is all the more reason why you should have yourself like protection if you're going to be screwing crazy. You want to be screwing crazy, make sure you keep yourself well protected. And I do have one more song for you guys tonight. I'm going to stop it tonight. We are at page 89. I'm keeping track of this because this is starting to get really good. We're getting into the emails here. And hopefully my voice is a little bit better than it is tonight. Page 67. I have to keep notes or else I'll forget where I was. And I have to go back and review the video to see exactly where I am. Yeah, her with the no-nose bullshit, that was crazy. But we do have another one, and I want to make sure. Ah, yes. This is gonna be Bootleg Saint Discount Devil. And I hope you enjoy it because like I said, I create these kinds of songs all the time. I have so much fun doing it. You really have no idea. And Friday, I've already got a song picked out with Mo and I. I'll show you the video, but you'll have to wait until Friday because it's so good. Take some raw honey and lemon in hot water. No, if I do that, what'll happen is I'll end up messing up my throat even worse. Honey and lemon doesn't work well for me. What works really well for me is gargling some salt water. It heals up whatever it is that's there. And also it's a lot of the sinuses. The sinus part is probably what's causing it because it is bad. It is really bad. And I think it's just because of the extreme cold that I've been having to deal with. Oh, what time? Friday? No, Little Miss Velvet, Friday mornings at 8:00 on Mo in the Deep End. It is a blast. We do it every Friday morning. Mo in the Deep End. It's not going to be this Friday. I'll tell you guys why later, but this Friday is not going to happen with Mo and I. But she will have the song. And I'll let you guys know why later, but not this Friday. Damn it. I hate when things happen like that. Yeah. I may just have to send her the song and say, you choose your choice, which one you want to do. It's a good song. It's a really good song. But this one is good. It's called Bootleg Saint Discount Devil. And I don't know how dirty it's going to be, but it might just be really, really bad. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how bad it is because I don't know.
She said, I walk with God. Yeah, to the courthouse steps, barefoot, begging for view. Welcome to the sermon, y'all, let's testify. She said she was chosen. Halo tilted like a busted weave, and confession said he broke me. While thumbing the songs with one hand and bouncing on revenge with the other. Scripture in the captions. But her DMs, red book, a blowjob 316. Holy Ghost at every man she used and logged in twice to call it abuse. She a bootleg saint with a devil's price. Preaching peace while she grips that vice. Speaking tongues while she swipes for sin. Playing martyr with nut on her chin. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hope. She say forgive while printing receipts. Talks God on stream, then sells her feet. Lit a candle for the man she framed. Then monetized trauma with her baby's name. Wrote love letters in Bible font, but played judge, jury, and stuff a higher prompt. Swore she was healed, swore she was light. Then pulled a blade on a live stream fight. She said, I've been called. Bitch, you called yourself then 3 fake pastors and a ghostwriter. You ain't holy, you are a hoe. She a bootleg saint with a devil's grin. Cross tattooed on posts and skin. Heels on the pew, hands on the lie. To redemption while she deep throats alibis. Can I get a restraining order? set, then slandered his name for a cash app bet. Asked for mercy, flashed the light, but got caught in lies mid Instagram night. Told the judge he was spiritually pure while sexting a lawyer for a sentence cure. Said I found peace, then filed a new case, and still had time to fuck up her face. Baby, nah, appeal denied. Sing your lies to the choir, girl. Sing your lies to the choir. Ain't clapping anymore. For I don't live here, but probation might. Your God don't live here, but probation might. She said, I walk.
You like that one? I think I like that one. I'm going to keep that. Yes. Yeah, I think we'll keep that one. Oh, yes. I do have a whole slew of songs. Yes, I deal with crazy people all the time. If you haven't noticed, there are some other crazy people out there, and we love them all equally as much as we enjoy Laura Owens. You know how to make a good beat. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'll give you a little taste. I'll give you a little taste, just a little taste of the song that you might have to hold off for a day or another week. Damn, that really sucks that I have to do that. But you're gonna like this. It is it's called Selfie with Murder Kitty.
Murder kitty. Murder kitty. Murder kitty. Murder kitty. Nature tried to warn you. Murder kitty.
That's all you get. That's all you're gonna get. It's fun. It's 6 a.m. here. I'm glad you had fun, little Miss Revenue. It is a wonderful time here. I thank you all for stopping by this evening. And sorry, I ran a little bit late. Normally, I would finish it off early. Thank you all for your support, for the super chats, for all of the kind words. You guys have been absolutely wonderful, and I'm so happy to see all of you here. And Miss Marissa Marie, I almost forgot because I suck really bad. Before I do this, before I end out here, Miss Marie says this to you guys. Here we go.
Totally not photoshopped.
Totally not photoshopped. Little shame on you. I'm so loving that. It sounds like it will be good. It will be good, Emma Washington, Miss Marie. I know it's Marissa Marie. I thank you very much for your support. And I do appreciate that. And I will play it again. Notifications are on. Yes. Thanks so very much for the stream. And thank you guys so much for being here. You are a pleasure to me as much as I might be a pleasure to you. I know that I'm not the prettiest thing to look at, but that's okay. I'm not working on it either. So don't worry about it. Thank you guys very much. And I'm going to send you guys off with a beautiful outro. Thank you, guys.
Thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me Papa Nut, call me the GOAT. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Bathe in my glow, you're so unclean. Your shade like a breeze, it's barely a draft. I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live, 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 live. Call me daddy, daddy, daddy. Yeah, shout it loud. You're a mental midget while I stand proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy, daddy, headline act. Your background noise and it's just a fact. Call me daddy, daddy. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing
chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate, watch my stream every damn night. That's why, kiddos, I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy, sending your bread. I'm living rent-free in your effing head. Popping nuts, Shizzy daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you wanna complain. Call me daddy, let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry that I break your streak. You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there rich, you're trying to chase cloud, I'm here sipping coffee, watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids and I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm rent free your brain and you don't know how. Papa nut, Shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm bigger than life, you're a burned out star. Call me daddy, embrace your role, 'cause I'm the main character, you're just a troll. So here's your bedtime story, kids, sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever if you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental king. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same thing. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm rent free your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm bigger than life, you're a burned out star. Call me daddy, embrace your role, 'cause I'm the main character, you're just an old raggedy ass burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental king. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
Everybody, sending you over to see Nick. Say hi and have a wonderful evening. Throw a little bacon in the chat and make fun of his nose.